National Eating Disorders Awareness Week.
And this hour, we're taking a closer look at how eating disorders can impact people's health, their emotions, their ability to function. An estimated 29 million Americans will have an eating disorder in their lifetime. It can affect anyone of any age, race, ethnicity, or gender.
We want to bring in certified eating disorder specialist, Dr. Kelli Rugless. She's also the chief clinical officer of Project HEAL, which helps people with eating disorders. Dr. Rugless, we appreciate you being here today. Can you first help us understand what are some of the common eating disorders we should know about, and what are some of the signs?
Absolutely. So the most common eating disorders that most of us have heard of are anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, binge eating disorder, and there's some other little known ones like avoidant restrictive food intake disorder that have to do with an extreme pickiness. There's also pica, rumination disorder, and all of these eating disorders have to do with a person's relationship both with food and body.
And it's the food, or is it up here, some of it?
So it's a combination of the two. The interesting thing about eating disorders is that they are indeed brain disorders, which mean they impact the way a person thinks and the way a person perceives their relationship both with themselves and with food. It generally starts off pretty normal, like maybe I want to lose a few pounds, and it's very harmless. But then as time goes on, it turns into something more compulsive and something that people can't get themselves out of.
And can something trigger, an event in your life trigger an eating disorder?
Oh, absolutely. Some common stressors are just traumatic events, right? Think about this idea that, when life feels overwhelming or out of control, oftentimes the brain will seek some control when it needs some peace and to soothe itself. And food is one of the things that we can control. We can control how much we eat and how much we move. And so that's the first place that sometimes the brain moves when it's looking for some soothing.
We don't often talk about eating disorders in men, but they do happen. I think about 25% of cases are in men. What are some of the leading causes of eating disorders in men?
So eating disorders in men and women differ only in what's driving them. So the behaviors are the same, but instead of hearing them necessarily talk about thinness, you might hear them talk about muscularity or muscle tone, and they will engage in the same eating disordered behaviors to achieve those beauty standards.
Professional help, real quickly,
Yes.
It's available, right?
Absolutely. There's outpatient psychologists, physicians, treatment centers. There's a lot that's available for people who need it, but they first have to know that they have a problem to begin with.
All right, Dr. Kelli Rugless, we really appreciate you being here today. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
There's much more news ahead.
You're watching NBC News Daily.